We're going this way. Riley is waiting for his friends. Our friends. So today is day 8, I believe. It's Friday. Friday, May the 3rd. No, May the 10th. And it's a bit of a cooler day. We haven't had to deal with any rain yet. We got off to a slow start because we were hiking alone. And then we took a break. And then a bunch of people that we've previously met, one by one, showed up at the campsite that we were taking a break at. And now we're all hiking, and Riley and I are in the lead. But I think they might be stopping back there to fill up on water or take another break. So Riley is waiting until they catch up. It started off pretty cool this morning. Like, not cold, but cool as in very nice hiking temperatures. And it feels like it's starting to warm up now. It's not hot, but I can feel the warmth. What do you want to do, Riley? You ready? Where are we going, Riley? You pushing me forward? No. Okay. I'm sorry, Riley. I didn't mean to tug on you. Hold up, buddy. Hey, watch out, Riley. So this is a constant challenge. I need to make sure Riley doesn't get tangled in his leash. Riley, hold up, buddy. Let me pull it behind you, Riley. Hold up, Riley. Hey. There we go. We'll check in later. All right, Riley and Van Gogh here, checking in again. So we are approaching the North Carolina border. We were at Blue Ridge Gap a little while ago, and that was 3.2 miles away from the border. And we've been hiking for a good bit since then, so we're probably closing in on maybe a mile to go. So that's another milestone that we're close to accomplishing. It's a beautiful day today. It started off kind of cool, just very pleasant, and it's warmed up a bit. It's not hot, but it's definitely not cool anymore. And we've been kind of hiking with a group of guys. One's in front, a guy named Twofer is in front of us. He's a really cool guy. He has already hiked the PCT and the CDT, and he's working on his Triple Crown now. And then there's several section hikers behind us that are also really cool guys. So Riley's had lots of fun today as we've stopped for breaks to say hi to everybody, and then people are, various people in the group are close behind us, so Riley kind of checks in and waits on them, and then gets going when they get close enough. I'm not in the best of moods today, partly because it's hard for me to kind of control Riley's pace. I feel like he's like if I'm hiking ahead of him and he's behind me, which I like to do so he doesn't waste too much energy, he's often kind of just stopping when we get too far ahead of the people behind us, and then he kind of tugs on me when he does that, which is totally understandable, but it's contributing to me being in not the best of moods. And then when the other people get close enough for him to get going, kind of like now, then he turns around and he charges forward, kind of like this. Sometimes he does it a little bit harder. This was actually very nice. But it's just hard for us to kind of maintain a consistent pace. I feel like I'm either getting tugged behind or tugged ahead. And this is a cool tree here. It's kind of like dead, so I want to make sure not to hit it. Okay, good. Good job. Yeah, so I mean, yes, as I was saying, I'm kind of getting tugged in different directions, and I'm already kind of tired from all the, like my legs are kind of tired from all the hiking we've done over the last week. And I guess it's sort of wearing on me a little bit. There's a cool mushroom there. And I guess the other thing that is causing me to be not in the best of moods is my pack, for some reason, is not feeling all that well. It's like on the left side of my back, there seems to be some kind of pointy thing that I think it's actually part of the pack. I don't think it's something that's in my pack that I just haven't experienced before, but it feels like it's kind of just like jabbing into my back. And so I've had to, like, it's not unbearable so that I can't wear it, but it's definitely uncomfortable. And I've tried various things to reposition it, and it's helped temporarily a little bit. Riley, hold up. Hold up, Riley. I think Riley hears water down there. But that's kind of too far to go. I think we should find a water source that's on trail. That would be easier to get to. Yeah, so as I was saying, the pack that I'm wearing is starting to feel a little uncomfortable. I think I've pinpointed the specific location of what's causing the discomfort, so I think I'm gonna take a closer look at it when we get to camp tonight and see if I can do anything to improve the situation. If not, the thought has already crossed my mind that it might make sense to look for a new pack when we get to an outfitter store or when we get to a town where I can order one, because the comfort of the pack that you're wearing is very important over a long hike. So yeah, those are the two things that are causing me to be a little fatigued today. So I apologize for my mood not being super excited, I guess, right now. Hello, Riley. It's a beautiful day today. So I wanted to talk about some of my reasons for why Riley and I are doing this hike, and I feel like now is a good time to do it. So I don't really haven't really worked out exactly in my mind how I want to explain it, but I'll just kind of try to wing it, I guess. I mean, I've thought of the basic things, but I haven't put it into like a very polished way of presenting it. But basically there's kind of two separate things. So there's my own personal enjoyment of hiking, which is contributing to me wanting to do this. And then there's also, as a separate piece, there's my relationship with Riley, which is also contributing to me wanting to do this. So I guess starting off with Riley and myself. So Riley, as I mentioned before, he's 5 years old, and I got him when he was a year old, and I feel like by hiking the trail together, we're able to maximize the time that we have together. I feel like we're able to, we're certainly able to spend 100% of our time together. And I feel like when I got a dog, I wanted to enjoy having a dog and enjoy sharing experiences together. And if I was doing something other than hiking, like working a regular job or going to school, or just anything else that I was devoting my attention to, most of those things wouldn't be centered around Riley. And so I feel like they would be there's certainly other things that could be worthwhile, but I feel like they would be distracting from my goal of enjoying my time with Riley. And I feel like hiking is an activity that I enjoy and that he enjoys. At least I think he enjoys it. And I feel like because both of us enjoy it, that activity really complements very well together, because it's something both of us can do and we can enjoy doing it together, which is not the case with many other activities that I like, either going to school, which I was doing before this, or working at a regular job. Those certainly have their merits for why people choose to do those activities, but they don't really complement my goal of spending time with my dog and enjoying the time that I have with Riley while he's still alive, because dogs live a much shorter time frame than humans do. So that's basically, I guess, how I would explain my reasons for hiking with Riley, from the perspective of not solely my personal reasons, but just from the perspective of myself and Riley. So that's a long-winded way of explaining that. But I guess moving on to the second topic, which is my own personal reasons for hiking. It's not super easy to explain, because I feel like with anything that people enjoy, at some point, it comes down to just what you like to do. And it's not easy to explain why it is that you like to do something. At some point, you just like what you like, and it's hard to explain why you like that thing. But there's so that's one thing that I've thought about in terms of that, in terms of it being difficult to explain. But there definitely are some things that I can point to make it easier to explain. So I guess like number one would just be that I like all the exercise that you get from hiking. I like the fact that there's so many new experiences that you get to have on a day in, day out basis. It's not just that you're getting exercise. Like, if it was just the exercise, I could just go to the gym every day, or go for a jog or a walk in my neighborhood. But when you're doing it on a hike, such as a long distance trail, like what I'm doing, it's, at least for me, it feels so much more exciting, because you're always, like, even though I've hiked this trail before, it's not like I remember every little detail of it. You're able to continuously hike into a new stretch of territory and meet new people and experience different weather and experience different challenges that you have to figure out a way to get through to the best of your ability. And so that combined, that's kind of makes the exercise fun in a way. If I didn't have the ability to constantly experience new things while I'm out here, the exercise could get kind of boring, I think. But because there's so many new things that I'm experiencing, the exercise doesn't really feel like exercise. The exercise just feels like I'm doing what I need to do to survive, because obviously staying in place is not an option out here. You have to keep moving so that you can get to shelter every night and eventually resupply on food. So the exercise is really a necessity to stay alive. But the benefits of the exercise are really just a side benefit, because that just comes along naturally with all the walking that you're doing. And I guess it's hard to explain, I guess, what's so great about the exercise, but it just kind of lifts your mood. I especially like in the mornings when I've had a good night's sleep and I'm kind of deciding when I want to wake up, if I want to sleep in a little bit or if I want to wake up in the near term. And you can, because of all the exercise that you've been doing day in, day out, you can, like, just the way your legs feel and the way your arms feel, they don't necessarily feel like sore, I guess, but you can feel the exercise that you've gotten through all the miles you've put in when you're just laying still after a long night's sleep. And it's hard to it's a hard thing to describe, but it feels I guess one way I would describe it is that if I'm not hiking and I'm kind of just laying still, I sort of feel like I'm wasting time. And when I'm on trail and I'm just laying still, I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm using time wisely because I'm able to get rest. And look what we have here. So we've actually walked up to the Georgia-North Carolina border. So Riley is in North Carolina now, and I am in Georgia. Very cool. It was coming up sooner than I thought, actually. So very nice rock up there. Let me just get a little selfie here. Very nice. North Carolina, Georgia. Riley. Hey, Riley. Stay there, Riley. No, Riley. Okay. So, there you go, Riley. Good boy. Very cool. Good boy. So I think there's another hiker. Yeah, another hiker's closing in on us. So what else is there for me to say about why I'm doing this? So I talked about the exercise, and another thing I've thought of is that hiking is kind of like a sauce that you add to a food dish that you might eat. So whatever kind of food dish you like, usually there's some sauce that goes along with it that makes it taste really, really good. And if you were to take the sauce away, you could still have all the ingredients, but for a lot of people it would probably take away from the enjoyment of the whole meal. And I feel like Yeah, so another hiker's coming up, so I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna start it again later in a bit. We got the border. We just stopped for a break after passing the sign, and there's a water source down that way that I used to refill up on water, and now I'm filtering here, and Riley decided to take a little nap, and it looks like he's getting some good rest. So we've just made it a little bit past the border and past that water source that Riley was napping at. And Riley, hey, just a second. And just wanted to get a photograph of this tree here. This is, we're in Bly Gap right now. And this tree right here, I believe is called, Riley, hey, come here, called the Bly tree. It's noted in my AT guidebook as being a famous tree just for being kind of the way it looks. Its branches are twisted in all different directions, so it's kind of unique. And it's cool that it's like kind of the centerpiece of this gap. This is a nice camp spot for people that want to camp here. So we are in North Carolina now, and we are continuing on. There's now 2 hikers that we were hiking with that are ahead of us, and about 3 hikers behind us, I think. So I guess continuing on with what I was explaining before, I was likening the hiking experience to a sauce that you put on your various dishes that you eat, with the idea that the sauce makes the whole meal taste better. And I feel that's kind of true for hiking, at least for me, in that hiking and the experience and everything that goes along with it seems to make lots of different things that I experience just seem much better than I would experience them or enjoy them without the hiking experience. So I guess the two biggest examples that I can think of are with food. So whenever I'm on trail, I always just enjoy the food that I'm eating so much more. I can eat the most simple things on trail, and I will be incredibly thankful for them, and they will taste delicious when I'm on trail. But if I eat the same things when I'm not hiking, then I don't get the same enjoyment out of it. Just as a simple example, like I eat a lot of oatmeal on trail, and so I just put plain oats into a peanut butter jar and add water to it and add some raisins for sweetness. That wouldn't be very exciting to me if I'm just like in my kitchen living a regular day while I'm not hiking. But if I have it as breakfast on trail and I'm very hungry, then I actually look forward to eating it. So that's one example. I'm actually feeling a little cold now. The wind has picked up considerably, and I was sitting down a while I was filtering water. So it's good that we're kind of moving here to raise our body temperatures. Definitely doesn't feel warm anymore. I'll be back later. So Riley and I are in Muskrat Creek shelter tonight. We made it 10 miles today, and we're up about 4,700 feet right now. So it's noticeably chillier here than it has been for any night of our trip so far. So Riley's back there. Don't have much light, so you can't see him, but I have all of my layers on tonight, and I'm prepared to fight the cold with all of my layers. And anyway, so we did 10 miles today, crossed into North Carolina. We have a nice shelter to stay at. It's a full shelter. All the guys that we were hiking with today are here, and we will continue on in North Carolina tomorrow. Hope all of you are doing well, and we'll check in tomorrow. Bye for now.